welcome everybody to the Union Township Board of Trustees meeting. If you could please rise, and our Girl Scouts are going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join us. Go ahead. All right, girls, go and hang tight there. Hey, I should get a picture with you real quick. Oh, hey, girls, go and hang tight.
Sorry. You're first.
So we got to have a lot of fun with the girls today, and got to get a tour of all the old building and everything, and they got to ask government questions and fun, silly questions, so we had a good time with them, so it was good. So.
All right, everybody smile. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thanks, girls. Hey, enjoy back there and have fun, okay? Yeah. Thank you. All right, perfect. That was pretty neat. You don't get to do that very often, so that was pretty cool to hang out with them for about the past hour. So, okay, let's get going. Mr. Campbell will do a roll call. Let the record reflect that all three trustees are present. And is there any correspondence tonight, Mr. Campbell?
Yes, sir, I have one, thank you. This is a liquor permit. And it's actually a transfer. It's going from Maakala Express LLC, doing business as County Beverage, 528 Old State Route 74 in Union Township, 45244. I'm sorry, I read that backwards. It's going from Shivom, SHIVOM Incorporated, to Maakala, Maakali Express LLC. Police Department has had no objections. Mr. McCormick said that the zoning is in compliance. That's all the correspondence I have, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Campbell, thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. Special presentation is our employee, Ms. Tracy Daly here. Where's she at? Oh, Tracy, how are you? Good, good, good. Appreciate you very much. Long time, 25 years of service this month. Congratulations. Thank you very much for being part of our family. Tracy, you got your family here?
Yeah.
Yeah, point them out real quick.
They're all over here in the back.
Oh, they're all in the back?
Yep.
Well, go ahead. Who are they? Yeah, tell us who'd you bring?
My mom, my niece Addison, my nephews Braden and Jaden, my brother Craig, and my husband David.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you for letting us have you for 25 years. I'll tell you, our dispatch center, you folks do not get enough credit. And you know what's crazy is I ask our police department, what do you guys need? I ask our fire department, what do you guys need? Service, and then my call center dispatch, you guys never give me any answers. It's like, come on, you gotta need something. And so you guys are amazing. I don't know how you do it. I see 3, 4 screens you guys are staring at. You gotta call, it's a code red. You gotta find the nearest officer, the nearest firefighter. It's amazing what you do. I don't know how you multitask. As a man, I cannot multitask, you know, so, but appreciate you very much and your service with us. Any cool, fun story you can think of? Not one? Or
There's a lot, but none that I should say here.
None that are fun.
So, truly appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you didn't do what you did, so I don't know how you do it. So I spent some time back there, and I don't know how you do it. It's a lot. It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to multitask. A lot going on, and so appreciate you very much, Ms.
Thank you.
Tracy. Very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Becker, sir.
No, hey, just want to echo all of that and just say thank you for your service, and hope you continue till you get to a ripe old age and then retire.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Mr. Logue, sir.
Yeah, 25 years is quite an accomplishment. It's an honor to be able to serve the public. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
For what you do.
Yeah, great. Ms. Tracy, we got a 25-year award here for you. I'll present to you, and then I'd love to take a picture if that's okay. Awesome. Thank you, Ms. Tracy. apologies, I forgot to remind everybody about public comments. That's our next item on the agenda. If you have a public comment, fill out one of those cards back there in the back, just your name and address, and we'll collect those right now. And so I'll wait just a second. Mr. McCormick, have you checked it all? Is there any public, there's no cards?
I haven't checked.
Oh, okay, yeah, we'll wait for a second. And then, if it's okay, I gotta call out a good friend of mine in the audience. My guy, I don't like to use last names, but Eric, our chief of police in New Richmond, who used to be our sergeant here. Bless you, brother, good to see you, man. Good to be here. Are you ready to come back? Sure. No pressure, no pressure. Nothing? Okay, good. Okay, so is there anyone that would like to speak on public comments tonight? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. And, okay, Chief Reese, I'll turn it over to you. First one looks like it's Zachariah Smith. Zachariah, come on up, sir. Chief, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Dills. I would like to present Zachariah Smith to the board for the position of police officer for Union Township. Mr. Smith is a resident of Brown County and a 2019 graduate of the Southern Hills Police Academy, where he received his OPATA police officer certification. Mr. Smith served 1 year as a corrections officer for the Adams County Sheriff's Office and 2 years in Brown County as a police officer. Mr. Smith comes to us from the Newtown Police Department, where he has served as a full-time police officer since 2021. Mr. Smith has successfully completed all pre-employment phases for the position of police officer, including background, polygraph, and psychological examinations. I'm requesting the board appoint Zachariah Smith to the position of police officer in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement and pending successful completion of a physical examination. Mr. Smith's start date is scheduled for December 4th, 2023.
Chief, appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Do you prefer Zach or Zachariah?
Zach.
Zach, first off, I mean, I don't want to make things awkward between us, but that's a good-looking haircut, brother. That's sharp. I like that. I mean, I don't know how tall you are, but well done on recruiting for the basketball team, I see. Well done.
6'6", sir.
6'6"? Yeah. Did you play?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
Too busy.
Okay, fair enough. But maybe our fire chief will try to recruit you to play for them, so.
Maybe.
Appreciate you coming on board with us. It's a pleasure, it's an honor.
Thanks, sir.
And you came from Newtown, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So appreciate you. Welcome aboard, my friend. Yeah,
Thank you
absolutely.
very much.
Mr. Becker, sir?
Yeah, you look like an athlete. You play football?
No, I did not, sir. I
Okay.
spent most of my time working in the fields.
Looks like you should have been an athlete.
Yeah, I should have been.
All right. Now, hey, just want to say welcome aboard to Union Township. We're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Welcome, yeah, we're glad to have you. So,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Great.
Tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion to confirm the appointment of Zachariah Smith to the position of patrol officer effective 12/4/2023 at the 24-month salary pursuant of the current collective bargaining agreement in place.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Zach, welcome aboard, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Picture with you, if that's okay. All right. And Chief Reese, next up, we got Ian Hill. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Another good choice. Go ahead,
I
sir.
prepped him about all this.
Did you?
by the way.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Dills. I would like to present Ian Hill to the board for the position of police officer for Union Township. Mr. Hill is a resident of Loveland, Ohio, and a United States Navy veteran. Mr. Hill is a 2016 graduate of the National University, where he earned his Bachelor's of Science degree in Criminal Justice Administration. He received his OPATA police officer certification from Butler Tech Academy in 2019. Mr. Hill served 3 years as a corrections officer for the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office and 3 years as a police officer for the Linder Center of Hope. Mr. Hill comes to us from Gulf Manor Police Department, where he has served as a full-time police officer since 2022. Mr. Hill has successfully completed all pre-employment phases for the position of police officer, including background, polygraph, and psychological examinations. I'm requesting the board appoint Ian Hill to the position of police officer in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement and pending successful completion of a physical examination. Mr. Hill's start date is also scheduled for December 4th, 2023.
Well done. Thank you, Chief. Yeah. Welcome, Ian.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
Do you have your whole family here?
No, just myself. I got to work tonight.
Oh, do you have to work
My
tonight?
wife's with her 5-month-old baby at home.
Understandable. Yeah, fair enough. The excellent background. Navy, I'm sure you have some stories with Hamilton County in the sheriff's, corrections office
A
there?
little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. The Linder Center of Hope, that's awesome. Appreciate your veteran, happy Veterans Day, by the way, belated.
Thanks, sir.
And, yeah, well done, sir. So it's an honor to have you on board, absolutely. So, Mr. Becker, sure.
Yeah, I just want to say, yeah, thank you for your service to our country in the Navy, and what all you do. Welcome here to Union Township. We're happy to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent.
Welcome. Yeah, we'll look forward to having you around for a long time.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Excellent. Gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion to confirm the appointment of Ian Hill to the position of patrol officer effective 12/4/2023 at the 24-month salary pursuant of the current collective bargaining agreement in place.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Welcome, Ian. Congratulations,
Thank you,
sir.
gentlemen.
Congratulations, Ian. Thanks, sir. Absolutely.
Thanks, sir.
Ian, on board. Congratulations. Great. Okay, next. Oh, Detective Brandon Brock. Perfect. Chief, go ahead, my friend.
Mr. Dills, this evening I am presenting Detective Brandon Bach for promotion to the rank of sergeant. After a thorough assessment, Detective Bach was selected for promotion among an excellent group of candidates. Detective Bach started his career with the New Richmond Police Department and Mount Orab Police Department in 2013. Detective Bach started with Union Township Police Department in August of 2014 as a patrol officer. He has served as a field training officer, directed patrol officer, and member of the Honor Guard while assigned to the Patrol Division. Detective Bach was assigned to the investigative unit in July of 2022, where he has held the role of youth aid detective and general detective. Detective Bach is a 2008 graduate of Northern Kentucky University, where he earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in Social Studies. And in 2023, Detective Bach graduated from the Northern Kentucky University with a master's degree in public administration. He's a 2012 graduate of the University of Cincinnati Police Academy, where he earned his Ohio Peace Officer certification. And Detective Bach has served 9 years with the Union Township Police Department and received excellent performance appraisals from his supervisors. Since joining the police department in 2014, Detective Bach has demonstrated through consistent top performance his commitment to serving the citizens of Union Township. I may also add that Brandon has done everything we've asked of him since he's been a patrol officer here, and he's done everything that's been expected of him and everybody that works for us to rise up through the chain of command. I'm very happy for him and Katie and his family. Very, very proud of him, and really looking forward to his future here with Union Township. I'm pleased to request the board's endorsement of Detective Brandon Bach for promotion to the rank of sergeant effective November 15th, 2023.
Chief, well done. Thank you,
Thank
sir. Brandon, how are you?
I'm great. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. Tell me your family real quick. Show me.
Second row here is my wife Katie, my mother-in-law Linda, my mom and dad, my oldest brother, my nephew with the crazy haircut, and my sister-in-law over here. So.
Nice. I remember seeing you and your wife out.
We venture out quite often.
Yeah. Brandon, well done. I've seen you perform very well with the Honor Guard. I know that one of your mentors is, I like to say, Chief Eric, and so you have good leadership. My hope is that you continue with Union Township and make this your home, you know. But I like your style. You know, I think you're easily relatable. I think you can calm a situation down, use common sense, but also if you need to lay the fist down, you can do that as well. And so I like that style. And so my kind of guy. Appreciate you very much. 9 years with us, and so hopefully it's another 15, 20 more years. So yeah, we're honored to have you here, sir. So appreciate you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Becker.
You know, I don't know how I can always top these compliments from the
Oh,
chairman. After he's done, I don't have hardly anything to say. So you're doing a great job with all that. I appreciate it. Makes my job a little easier over here. No, hey, yeah, it sounds like you've earned your promotion, and we're happy to have you here at Union Township, and happy to see you moving up the ladder. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Wilkes, sir.
Brandon, I've been on runs and seen you work and heard your calls and seen your reports, and you've definitely been busy, and I know that, and that takes time away from Katie and your guys' venturing. But we really appreciate all of your hard work, and that never goes unnoticed. The board, your leadership, and the community, and that's something that's so important to the community overall. So yeah, your 9 years, hopefully that gets to double and triple that, and you know, you can stay here and retire here. So that'd be the hope, right? So we appreciate it. So just thank you, congratulations on Sergeant.
Thank you.
I know it's a big milestone.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion to confirm the promotion and appointment of Detective Brandon Bach to the rank of Sergeant in the Police Department effective 11/15/2023 at a salary pursuant to the current collective bargaining agreement in place.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Congratulations, Sergeant. Congratulations, Brandon. Absolutely.
On behalf of the trustees and Chief Reese, I'd like to present you with your certificate of promotion to rank of sergeant, effective November 15th. I'd also like to present you with your chevrons and your new sergeant's badge and bring it in.
All right, perfect. We'll move along to our department reports, and we'll start off with our fire and EMS with Chief Fife. Sir?
Thank you, Mr. Dills. During the month of October, the department responded to 164 fire and service calls, 483 emergency medical responses, We had 468 patient contacts that resulted in 365 transports to area hospitals. We participated in 1,193 training hours, participated in 26 public education details, and provided 8 hours of ride-along time for a physician. Conducted 7 life safety inspections and 14 inspections with the Clermont County Building Department. That concludes my report.
Great, thank you, Chief. I'll tell you, I think it was 2 Fridays ago, I went out to your guys' training in Loveland, and I don't know what to say, but your guys are bad to the bone. They are awesome. Put on all the gear, you know, and it's funny is, I think I can hold my own, and then as soon as I turn the hose on, it knocked me back a step and a half. I'm like, yeah, and so, but they were awesome. They made me feel like one of the guys and part of the team. It was cool, and they put me through everything, and it was awesome. So, yeah, appreciate them letting me be a part of that. That was really cool. So,
I appreciate that, and I'm sure they'll appreciate that as well, that
yeah,
feedback.
it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Enjoyed every second of it. So,
Thank you.
Mr. Becker, do you have anything for Chief?
I do not.
Okay, Mr. Lewin?
No, thank you.
All good. Okay, moving on to our police. Chief Tony Reese, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Dills. In the month of October, the Communications Center handled 5,527 calls for service for police, fire, and EMS, and 5,150 total calls. The record section processed 432 juvenile and adult court-related documents for court and handled 109 court notices that were entered for officers' personal appearances at various up-and-coming court cases. Record section also processed 6 Rule 16s for the prosecutor's office. There were no vendor permits issued for the month. We handled 185 records requests and did 36 video redactions from our body cameras. In the area of public affairs and crime prevention, officers conducted 5 public relations events during the month of October. This included 2 safety talks, a canine demonstration, and a trunk or treat event at Beachmont Ford. We also did a security assessment at a local church. In the Operations Bureau, officers took 300 reports, took 124 crash reports, made 822 traffic stops, issued 177 citations, wrote 690 written warnings, made 98 criminal arrests, 91 traffic arrests, and served 71 warrants. The Union Township Honor Guard participated in 2 events during the month of October. They presented the colors for the 2nd time at an FCC Cincinnati soccer game downtown, and they presented the colors at the Children's Hospital groundbreaking event over at Ivy Point. In the area of training, officers attended 296 hours of training in the month of October. Might also add that some of our officers look a little different over the next couple months. In the spirit of No Shave November, we're having a good spirited contest with Miami Township Police Department. Chief Mills formally challenged us, so we're trying to raise a little bit of money for a local charity, do a little good in the community over the holidays. So the officers, as you can see, have embraced it wholeheartedly. We're going to have a little fun with it and try to raise a little bit of money. So,
Love that, Chief. What's the, how do you determine the winner?
so at the end of February, which is the direct, we're going to do this through
From now to
February.
February.
We're going to do what Chief Mills talked me into February.
Yeah.
On behalf of my better judgment. And we'll count up, every officer that wants to participate has to make a donation, a minimum of $50.
Okay.
Whichever department raises the most money through the officers paying for it and participating. The losing department has to make a donation to the winning department's charity. So,
Love it, love it. Yeah, I would never make that for my head, that's for sure, so, no way. But love it. Appreciate you, Chief, very much.
Thank you.
Very much. I got a lot of good reports that you guys are out present, just doing some good courtesy drive-bys at Halloween time, trick-or-treating, so appreciate that very much. Let our officers know, appreciate it.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Mr. Becker, do you have anything?
Oh, yeah, Chief, I enjoy reading the call-out reports. Every now and then something kind of catches my attention. So I was reading on the last one you have here. So it was a theft of some dingoes. So I asked myself, dingoes, exotic animals from Australia? I had to Google it. It's a skid steer.
Yes, sir.
All right, so any other information on that, kind of you know, who was involved in this? How did you get word of it? Just sounds like it was a big bust on your part. your
Yeah,
people.
and I appreciate you asking. Again, a great job of work by our officers. It was brought to our attention by, I believe, employees at Meyer, but this is another classic example of a roving gang of thieves. They were from out of state, out of town. They had rented a budget truck, and they were stealing these dingoes, skid steers, to use your words. And they had already made two thefts, committed two thefts in another jurisdiction, and committed one in our jurisdiction when we pulled them over on 275. So it's one of those things we love to do. We love to be able to return stolen property to other people as well as our people. And just a good job all the way around by our patrol officers and our detectives.
Great, good job.
Yep, thank you.
I do have one more question before we go to Mr. Loeb. So we just hired 2 officers. Are we good? Are we short still, or how are we looking?
Still short 2 officers.
So still need 2 more
And that'll
officers.
bring us back up to full staff.
And then we're good to go.
We're good to go.
Perfect. Mr. Loeb, do you have anything?
I heard from a resident, just passed on their gratefulness for when they called in to dispatch for vacation check of their home address, and their neighbors in the community were like really impressed with the frequency of the shifts coming through. They're asking if like he was paying personal, to the officers for how frequent they're coming through. So anyway, their presence was known and felt, and then just want to pass it along how it's a great service and a nice reminder to the community that when you do go out of town, especially upcoming holiday travel to get out with friends and family, et cetera, if you're away for a few days, that's something you can call in and ask, to be put on the schedule, provided it's not too busy. Just want to pass that along.
Thank you.
Chief.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to our service department, our director, Matt Taylor. Sir?
Thank you, Mr. Dills. From October 1st through the 31st, 26 burials were performed, generating $14,425. 5 resident graves were purchased, generating $3,500. 4 non-resident graves were purchased, generating $6,800. 1 columbarium niche was purchased for $1,200, and the total amount generated for the period was $27,971.80. And the roads division, the road department filled a total of 35 potholes on 9 township roads, and 71 feet of drainage improvements were performed on a total of 5 township roads. In the parks division, staff assembled and built and installed the new equipment at the dog park at Clermont Park. And then staff performed the fall maintenance, or continues to perform fall maintenance on the landscape areas throughout the various township properties. And that concludes my report.
Mr. Taylor, excellent job. So far, no snow, so I'm sure you guys are very happy
Yes.
about that. We're ready to rock and roll in the event one does happen between?
Yes, sir, we are. We received both new trucks, so we've kind of got them prepped and ready. We're just doing some final walkthroughs on the rest of the equipment. So the salt shed is full. Usually starting December 1st, we get the loader at Clermont Park, and then we're ready for winter, unless we need it sooner.
Perfect. No, well done. Tell your guys, appreciate it very much. I know I called in for a few potholes, and I mean, they were done, I think, the next day. I mean, so just awesome time, turnaround time, so.
Pass it along.
Yeah, appreciate it very much. Mr. Becker, anything?
Our services department is very impressive, and I find that Mr. Taylor to be the most responsive man I've ever known, and I really appreciate the work you do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Luke, sir?
Thanks for the report, Mr. Taylor. Thanks for checking in on that family with their funeral preparations at Mount Moriah. I know they're struggling, going through a hard time with that loss, their loved one. And then also I heard from a community member, and I said at least just ask you about the salt shed around Clermont Park. But their neighborhood, their concern was something to do with screenage or screening around there and kind of beautification. So I just wanted to ask you what you're, nothing to respond to right now, but
We'll take a
something
look
to
at
take
it.
a look at it and see if we can potentially work to address their concerns adequately or see
I'll-
how we're doing, so.
I'll see where the power lines are, because we had
Yep.
trees down there through one time, and Duke Energy came through and buzzed them to the ground.
Yeah, I think that was part of it, was
Yeah.
the power lines as well, so,
So-
yeah, you're right. So, other than that, too, with parks, I mean, beautiful day about 2 weeks ago driving through and seeing just people packed in the dog park, enjoying it, and pickleball court getting close to being done.
it's getting close.
The park was getting really busy, and that was really exciting to see kind of the rejuvenation of just use. So it makes it seem like it's really worth it to the taxpayer then when it's getting utilized, so it's good, so thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. Thank you. Moving on to our planning and zoning, our development director, Mr. Mark McCormick. Sir?
Thank you. For the month of October, we had 530 enforcement inspections, 61 enforcement inspections, 6 complaints, 3 unfounded complaints, 4 warning citations, 1 15-day non-compliance letter, 1 case forwarded to the township attorney, 10 cases resolved, 446 illegal signs removed, 9 miscellaneous issues, 8 violations for the monthly total, 6 re-inspections of violations with no nuisances. For permit activity, we had 4 commercial permits, 4 changes of use, 1 sign, 3 single-family homes, 4 additions, 2 decks, 7 accessory structures, 7 pools, fence with fences, and total of 32 permits issued for the month, revenue of $10,282, and October revenue for fire department permit review is $817. And I can tell you that the first day of November, we exceeded the amount collected for October, and will probably surpass easily October and September. We had some big permits come in the first couple of days of November, so been a lot of activity.
Yeah.
It's just going to be on next month's report.
Perfect. Mr. McCormick, I know you've been very busy the past week or two. Appreciate you very much. So, yeah, appreciate the hard work and extra hours you put in. Thank you. Mr. Baker, Jenny?
No.
Mr. Logan?
No.
Okay. Mr. McCormick, appreciate you very much. I'm going to do something a little out of the ordinary. Ma'am, did I see you raise your hand a little bit ago? Is that correct?
Yes.
So, did you want to, 2 questions. Did you want to speak about public comments or more on the public hearing the zoning case?
We came late on,
That's okay.
I apologize. I just wanted to make public comment of confidence to our service.
I want to hear it. Anything you have to say, I want to hear it. And so I saw you come in late, so let's do this. Since it doesn't pertain to the zoning case, I'm going to go ahead and just, you know what, you just come on up. Come on up if you're able to. Are you able to come up to the mic? Okay, yeah, come on up, and then if that's okay, and then I'll go ahead and suspend the rules for a minute so you can just speak, because it's okay you came in late. I want to hear what you have to say. But if you can't walk, I mean, okay. Okay. And then I won't make you walk any further, so you can hold your paper, but just state your name and address for the record if you could.
My name is Janet Kravitz. I lived at 4162 Brandonmore Drive.
Yeah.
I just have one quick comment.
Yes, ma'am.
I came here a few months
I
ago,
remember.
Yeah.
and we had talked about handicapped accessibility
In your sidewalks, right?
on sidewalks.
I remember.
And I wanted to compliment Mr. Taylor, because he's been working very hard to get a contractor to work on this, and he told me they're going to start this week, and we're going to get some of those taken care of. So I just wanted to state my appreciation and my compliments to Mr. Taylor with all the other things he has to do in this township, for him to take the time to make our neighborhood more accessible.
You know, I got to tell you something. In this position, about 95%, I'm just throwing out a number, is typically all constructive or negative. And so I truly appreciate when someone recognizes and has something positive. And so I really appreciate that, because a lot of times we don't hear that, right? So that means a lot, and I couldn't agree with you more. Mr. Taylor is the man at getting that done. He's good. He's good, and he's very reliable, dependable, and so that's why he's in that position. So I appreciate that very much. Appreciate that, the feedback. So thank you, ma'am, very
Okay.
much.
That's all I wanted to
Yes,
say.
ma'am.
Thank you very much, Mr.
I wanted to make
Taylor.
sure you had your time. I saw you come in late, and so no worries, okay? Jim,
Okay.
hopefully it's okay that I did that. No objection. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maybe I should have taken a vote on that. I don't know. So lesson learned. Maybe I'll do that next time.
It's the right thing to do.
Okay, we are moving on to our public hearings, making good timing, and, okay, Union Township zoning case, 10-23 Zulu, and Mr. McCormick, you cool with taking that over?
Yes.
Appreciate that, thank you.
Okay, so we are looking at an overlay district application, case number 1023-0. Applicant is Hank Pryor. Site location is 3920 McCann Road. The parcel number is listed here on this slide. 1.7 acre parcel. It's zoned industrial, and it's within the Buxton Road commercial corridor. The request involves expansion of a themed design and production facility on the property. So here is the subject property in this slide, and it's approximately 500 feet north of the McMahon Road and Ferris Road intersection, which you can see here just on the lower part of the screen. The existing zoning of the property is industrial, with the adjoining property to the north, south, and east also zoned industrial. Across McMahon Road, all of the land within 500 feet is currently zoned PD and consists of the L3 Harris Fusing and Ordnance System property. As I mentioned earlier, the area that it's in is the Buxton Road commercial corridor. This correlates to the Article 13 of the zoning resolution. So I've got here the purpose of the overlay districts referenced, as well as some other applicable text. Boards, trustees shall consider the overlay district application, make appropriate findings of fact, and adopt a motion approving or denying the application. That's the board's role. Currently, that corridor, as far as the overlay district, is the primary location for low-intensity light industrial and manufacturing operations in the township, and it continues to remain the area for industrial and commercial warehousing activities within the township. New development activities, including infill development, remaining steady. As far as the background of the site, I'm going to go over that as I'm looking over these other slides. This is the site with the topography, so you can see the site's pretty level. Here's the proposed additions as they're highlighted in yellow, so you can see the before and after. This site, the applicant has been there since, they've been operating on this property since 2012, when the company moved to this particular site from Mount Carmel Tabasco Road. Other than a contraction period during COVID, the theme design and production facilities continued to grow, and is now at the point where the proposed expansion is necessary to avoid relocation. Kingdom Productions would like to stay on the current property and maximize its use, and so the areas highlighted here indicate the proposed addition space. One is an office space, and one is I believe it's warehouse and production. Looking here, two additions to the existing 12,000 square foot structure on the property. Office space consists of 1,500 square feet being added. The second addition is for the expanded production and the warehouse area, and consists of 9,375 square feet. As the current plan shows, the side setback relief would be necessary. There are two areas where there's a pre-existing non-conforming setback. One's in the front and one is on the north side, and the applicant is essentially looking to line up with those, and the staff has no issue with those. On the southern, southeastern portion of the site, there is a side setback that would be the applicant would be seeking relief. So they're looking for 17 feet for the setback instead of the required 20 feet, so it's fairly minimal. Parking has been reconfigured to maximize the site, which on the property will be paved. The applicant has also acquired a lease space on the adjoining property, which you can see on this next slide. This is what they provided as far as the interior layout and the parking revision after we received this initial plan. Although the applicant has verbally mentioned to staff there will be some new landscaping on the road frontage between the parking area and the road, a detailed landscaping and buffer yard plan has not been submitted. In terms of the site lighting, the applicant has noted the current plan That new lighting will be flat lens design and shielded so that all light is downward directed. And then there's no signage anticipated with this particular application. So here's some additional information regarding the proposed additions. This was provided here today as far as what the entrance would look like. And this is the McMahon Road elevation. And you get a little better idea of what the site may look like with the landscaping there. In general, the provisions and regulations of that corridor call for support of proposals that result in increased investment, which this application would do. Proposed uses are ancillary and supportive to the uses of the general vicinity, and the requested relief is considered reasonable by staff in that it's minimal and allows for increased intensity of development, which the comprehensive plan also calls for. So here are the other images of the site. This is looking north on the oblique. These pictures were taken during perfect fall conditions a couple weeks ago. This is looking from the existing access north. Site's on the right. This is looking from the existing access looking south. Site would be on the left. This is looking across from the site, the L3 Harris property. This is looking into the site east from the existing access. One of the proposed addition areas would be towards the rear of the property where you see the dumpster or large waste container. This is looking northeast. If you rotated, this is looking south of the adjacent property. The proposed additional parking area to be leased is over on the left of this particular slide. This is looking northeast, closer to that area where the bigger addition would be proposed. And this is looking east, actually past that area towards the proposed detention area. And this is looking west from that rear area back towards the front of the property. The office addition would be on the right-hand side of this particular picture. There's a temporary trailer there on the site that would be removed. In terms of the other items that we're looking for in terms of modifications, the applicant would need to address any concerns related to other agencies. We would need a more detailed landscaping plan, including the heights and sizes recommended for the vegetation along the front of the property. Final parking configuration, including the southern adjoining property to be written at least, would need to be approved. Dumpster location must be confirmed with the final set of plans, as well as the type of dumpster and screening. And with minimal lighting proposed this time, we're just going to need to verify that the lighting is only of sufficient intensity to illuminate without projecting onto adjoining property or public roadway. And there are some very minor items that we would need to satisfy Article 11, Section 1131 for a site plan. Other than that, again, we are here for the trustees to enter a motion to approve, modify, or deny the application. And I did want to mention that I did put in front of you tonight a letter of support that we received. Received this in the last day, and this is from an adjoining property owner who could not make it tonight. So we actually have a letter of support from one of the neighbors. And with that, I would like to try to address any questions that you have.
Mr. McCormick, good job. Can you go back to the overhead of what the future will look like? Future plans. Perfect, right there. So I drove by it, I didn't see, but can you confirm there's no residential anywhere around there, correct?
No,
Okay.
it's all industrial.
Correct.
The zoning is all industrial except for that PD area, and what PD is that L3 Harris fusing ordinance site, which is pretty much industrial as well.
Only variance I heard you say was just a 3-foot setback from 20 feet to 17 feet, is that it?
That would be the only thing that would be new. Everything is otherwise pre-existing non-conforming.
We good with the water runoff, with the addition from that, I assume it's probably be metal roof, probably?
So that's going to be a county issue,
Okay.
but they are showing detention moved to the back.
I mean, as long as that pond can handle it, it's fine, but, okay.
So the pond that's there now is actually, or the detention basin that's not there now, I think is actually being built on, and so they're essentially moving the detention basin further back.
Got it, okay. That's all I got. Mr. Becker, do you have anything?
No.
Mr. Lowe?
No, thank you.
Good, okay. So I'm going to open up this public hearings case, Union Township zoning case 10-23-Zulu. And we will start off If anybody would like to speak, we'll start off with proponents. If you are in favor of this, now is your time to speak. We'll start off with you. Is there anyone that would like to talk about? Yeah, come on up, my friend. All right. And because it's a public hearings case, I do have to swear you in.
Okay.
Okay? And then, go and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Great. Please state your name and address for the record.
Dustin Wallace, 3898 McMahon Road, which is the other adjoining property. Take it for granted.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, great.
And I just want to say I'm in support of it as well. I'm
Okay.
in support of it as well.
Perfect. So you have a neighboring business?
Yeah, I'm the adjoining property.
Oh, well, that's great. Okay,
So he
appreciate
has an
it.
adjoining property on the left,
Yeah.
if you're fit from the street, and I'm on the right. Yeah, there you go.
What's the name of your company?
Take it for granted.
Oh, great. Okay, so you're in the granite
Yeah.
countertop business?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, well, it's good to have a friendly neighbor that's supportive of it. That's
Yeah,
good.
he's
That's
actually
cool.
going to be leasing some of the, some of my back lot, which we hope to be in this position one day in the next few years to do
Love
an
it.
addition when he's out, so.
Love it.
I wanted to come see what this is all about.
Yeah, Dustin, I appreciate that.
Thanks, sir.
Did either of you have questions for Dustin at all? No? Okay, great. Appreciate you very much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, sir. Is there anyone else that would like to speak as a proponent of this case? Okay, seeing none, we'll go with opponents. Is there anyone that is against this case that would like to speak? Seeing none, I'm gonna go ahead and yes, sir.
The applicant's here, and I know he had some slides he sent to me. I don't know if he wants to go over
Is
those
that
or not.
Mr. Pryor? Hank?
Yes.
Hank, did you want to speak at all?
I do, yeah.
Well, please, come on up. Yeah, yeah.
I wish I would have got the haircut.
Well, it does put you at a disadvantage, just so you know, I gotta rethink things. Yeah, I gotta go and swear you in, sir. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Great, please state your name and address for the record.
Hank Pryor. My business address is 3920 McMahon.
Perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, go ahead and, whatever you'd like
Well,
to talk about, my
I
friend.
thought it might be helpful just to kind of, for nothing more than just interest.
Please, please.
My company is pretty unique. We do theming. We do themed environments around the U.S., so for cultural attractions, so Disney-type stuff in zoos and aquariums, museums, and theme parks around the U.S.
Give me like an example.
Maybe you could,
We move on to the next one?
yeah, might as well.
You built that.
We just did this for the Cincinnati Bengals.
So-
Man, that's awesome.
So Hank, I gotta apologize. I had
Okay.
no idea we had this cool of a business in my backyard.
Yeah.
And, wow, that is really cool.
Yeah, it's really something. This is a media set that we did this year for, so when you watch the games, you know, they
Yeah.
cut to some of those in between.
I've seen that one a lot.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then we actually distributed it on the concourse after we did the media stuff. So
Yeah.
when you go to the games, you can see that, get your pictures taken and that kind of thing. So, and then we just did a big project for Kings Island. We themed the whole area of the park.
Do you build that here and then ship it out, or what do you do?
Yeah, we built it at our place. That's what we need, more space, you know.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
growing like crazy. I started in my garage. This was a childhood dream.
Yeah.
I started in my garage by myself and then moved out of there in Williamsburg Township. And then outgrew that space, 1,500 square feet. Moved here to Mount Carmel Tabasco Road
Yeah.
and outgrew that. Then moved to this place and we're out of space now.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
We-
it's been great.
I love
It's
that.
really fun. I mean, I feel like a 65-year-old kid.
I bet, I
Yeah.
bet. So I'm gonna be selfish and say, hey, I don't know about the other two, but I wanna tour your business someday.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
the
we love
coolest-
having people come in.
I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to have favorites, but this is probably the coolest business that we have in our township. This is just cool.
Well, it depends on your decision,
So,
I guess.
that is really good. Roger.
So,
Well, yeah, you might need a new
And the
haircut.
hair, I mean, I can trade you off a hair for a cool.
That is,
But-
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's fun to go through. There's a number of things. We've, Cincinnati
Mountain out in California?
Museum Center, Dollywood, Detroit Zoo. I mean, we do work all over the country, and it's pretty cool. Since we've been growing up till COVID, and then that just about got us, but we made it through it. And we've hired 20 people since COVID. And these are high-paying jobs and very talented people in all aspects of our business. And so it's been great. There's an example of some really fun stuff. That big giraffe
Yeah.
was he was coming through the ceiling of the Detroit, or Dallas Zoo gift shop. So we get a lot of really unique
That is
projects.
really neat.
It's really fun.
Can you come up with some cool ideas for Union Township for some themes around here?
We could.
That's,
We absolutely could. I want to say, Mark, is it okay to call you Mark? Has been really helpful. We live in Batavia Township. We built a log cabin out there, lifelong dream. I was going to move over to Batavia Township and just build a building.
Well, don't do
And
that.
then I
Yeah, we'd
found
like to have
out
you
when
here.
I just stopped in. What's that?
we'd like to have you here.
Yeah. Well, it's been 11 years I've been here, 2 different locations. Mark was very helpful in walking me through what I could do here. And I just realized it was enough to stay. So
Good.
I love being here, and it's been really good.
Good job, Mark. You kept him here.
We toured the business when we went out and looked at the site, and it's a pretty neat place.
That is really
Yeah,
neat.
we've been investing a lot. The building is one, and equipment's another one. We bought a big, giant 3D printer. I mean, it was a hefty
Yeah.
price tag, but a lot of this stuff we'll be able to do by 3D printing. You know, a lot of what we do now is sculpted by hand, and it's just a great
I
business.
can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see it.
yeah, anybody that
So-
wants to come, we love giving tours, and
That's cool. I had no idea. One last question for you, and then, so your name's Hank Pryor. Where'd you come up with the name of Kino Productions?
Kingdom.
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 Oh, it makes sense. Never
Yeah,
mind. I didn't know. I thought
it's,
I heard you say Kino, I'm sorry.
You still want to know?
I do, please.
Yeah. Just, I'm a believer, and I try to honor the Lord in how we do business, how we treat our employees and all the people that we do business with, and just
Love
try
it.
to,
Love it.
yeah, try to be honorable in those things. And I was advised not to use that name, and,
Good for you.
No.
Good for
but
you.
it's actually been a real good
Blessing.
thing, because a lot of people respect that, you know?
Blessing.
And,
Well done. Yeah, well done. Well, let me say this. First off, congratulations on outgrowing your building. You know, it's,
Thank you.
yeah, so well done, and, yeah, so I appreciate you very much. Did you gentlemen have anything else?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Pryor, I stopped by your business today. That was,
John called me, said that you stopped in.
So you already got a tour?
Well, what wasn't exactly a grand tour and, you know, or anything prearranged. I just popped in and said, you know, here I am. Yeah, so your son gave me, he just showed me the area, kind of the plans that, some of that was up there, and you know, took me around back, showed me what you want to do with the new construction. Yeah, it's the first time I've met him, at least that I recall. Nice young man, and did a very good job raising him, and I hear you got a number of grandchildren, which
Yeah, I
I'm sure you're
got
excited
16,
about.
so,
16 grandchildren?
Yeah.
You are a blessed man.
yeah, I am,
Absolutely.
man.
Yeah.
It's
That's
great.
awesome.
Thanksgiving is one of the most wonderful holidays
That's
with
wonderful.
all those kids.
My wife is going to love your story.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Mr. Pryor, very much. Yeah, very cool. I appreciate you sharing your story with us
Yeah,
as well.
thank you.
So, absolutely, yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, sir. That's it, you're good, yeah.
All right,
All good.
thank you.
And is there anyone else that would like to speak on this case? And I think we're on the opponent side. Is there anyone that's against this zoning case? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to close public comments, and the gentleman open up for the board. Mr. Becker.
Oh, yeah, like I said, I was down there personally looking at it. Everything looks good to me. I have no objections.
Slow?
Yeah, no objections on the public hearing case. Just one piece of note, I guess the Bengals All Access YouTube channel did a whole episode on your business. So that's cool. I love to be able to find ways we can highlight unique things in Union Township. So maybe someone listening out there can do that for us. So
Yeah,
awesome.
well said.
All good. Thank you.
Well said. Yeah, I don't think the 3-foot variance is that big of a deal at all. It's all industrial, so it's not impeding on any residential at all. Makes sense. I'm glad you're growing. Continue, you know, I wish you nothing but continued blessings and success. It's great. Love it. Maybe, so for the front, I'm gonna call it the office store frontage that you had on there. I don't know, maybe put a giraffe head coming out of there. That'd be kind of cool. But I said, so your store frontage that you had looked really professional, but it'd be, you know, maybe put a giraffe head coming out of the storefront, something like that. So, no, well done. I don't see any issue with this. I love it. You're growing, and I would suggest hook up with our PR girl, Lisa. She's very good, and I'd like to see her do a piece on your business with our newsletter or a Facebook post or something like that. Shame on me. I'm sorry. I did not know that your unique type of business existed in Union Township, and so, but I'm excited to exploit it. So, yeah, appreciate you very much. All right, gentlemen, I'm gonna, a little bit to read here. I'll entertain a motion for Union Township zoning case 10-23-Zulu, a request for an overlay district plan for Hank Pryor, applicant for the site at 3920 McMahon Road, parcel number 413112, C as in Charlie 245, totaling 1.7 acres of property within the Buxton Road Focus Area Overlay Commercial Corridor.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Congratulations, Hank. All right, gentlemen, next item on the agenda is old business. Is there any old business to discuss? Seeing none, we'll move on, and we will move on to our new business consent agenda. I'm going to entertain a motion for our consent agenda for the approval of minutes, October 10th, 2023, our regular meeting minutes, October 10th, 2023 zoning minutes, October 24th, 2023 work-in session meeting minutes, approval of payments as prepared by our fiscal officer, Ron Campbell, and approval of monthly financial report as prepared by our fiscal officer, Ron Campbell.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, and then next item on the agenda is our purchase orders exceeding $10,000. And Mr. Campbell, would you go ahead and go over those, please?
Yes, sir. Our first one is to Total Quality Logistics LLC. That's for economic development for September 2023 in the amount of $23,757.17. Our second one is to Total Quality Logistics LLC. That's our October 2023 Economic Development Agreement. That's $24,475.98. Third one is to Phoenix Safety Outfitters LLC. That's for the fire department, and that's replacement turnout gear in the amount of $45,000. Fourth one is to Houck Asphalt and Maintenance. That's for the service department for Civic Center, a sealing and striping of the parking lot, $32,000. And the last one is for administration. That's our Pitney Bowes Global Finance. That's our retail postage meter and our post office downstairs, amount of $48,000.
Great, thank you, Mr. Campbell. Gentlemen, I entertain a motion for the approval of purchase orders exceeding $10,000 as prepared by our fiscal officer, Ron Campbell.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion, Mr. Becker?
Yes. Chief Fife,
Yes, sir.
educate us regarding the turnout gear. You know, what is it? And how often do you have to replace it? And how many are we getting for 45,000? Like, or what's the cost per unit?
Just north, $4,000. We're getting 11 sets. So just north of.
So how often do you have to replace them? Do they get damaged? Do they wear out with age?
Yes and yes. So the standard requires or only provides that you keep that gear serviceable for 10 years is the max. 10 years is really pushing it for us. Sometimes we can get the full 10 years, sometimes we can't. So yeah, the provision there is that it needs to be replaced within 10 years. The caveat to that is because of how that gear, the requirements on how and when it's cleaned, how frequently it's cleaned, inspected, and repaired, that means that there is some downtime with gear. So essentially, every firefighter has to have 2 functional sets. So a number of years ago, we decided to replace 11 sets a year, and we've established a nice rotation with those 11 sets that keeps everyone in 2 sets of gear. Typically, it's everybody's got a set that's, say, pushing that 8, 9, 10-year mark as like a backup set, and then you have a newer set that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years old that's your frontline gear. So everyone has frontline gear that's new, really good shape, and then a secondary set that's still functional, still safe, that they can utilize with their gears off getting clean, getting repaired. They come back from a fire and their gear's trashed. So yeah, 11 sets is what that will purchase.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess one last thing, could you just kind of briefly describe what is turnout gear? Does that
Yeah.
include the boots, the gloves?
Turnout gear is the ensemble that we kind of think of when we think of a firefighter walking in the door, minus the air bottle on the back. That's the SCBA. That's something completely different. But the turnout gear is we think of as the yellow or tan coat and the pants. You know, and the gloves and all that. So that is literally that line in the sand that separates our people from the hazard. So it's obviously a very important, essential piece of gear. Unfortunately, it is expensive.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all I have, Chairman.
Mr. Logan, further discussion?
No.
Okay, Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logan?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, moving on, our next item is the legislation agenda, and Resolution 2023-50. Mr. McCormick, you want to take over?
Yes, this is the resolution regarding new text amendments to the zoning resolution. These sections would be new sections 750 to 762, and they're all with respect to solar energy systems. So currently, we don't have a recognition in the code at all for solar panels, solar energy systems. And so what this would do is we would have a section established where different types of improvements would be defined. We'd have certain types of improvements would require no permit. We would lay out general requirements, design and construction requirements. We would have what we call accessory type of improvements, which are more residential in nature. And then we would have provisions for a commercial type of solar energy system. And with that, with the commercial, there comes a whole host of things, setbacks, buffers that are required, ground cover, drainage, lighting, signage, safety and security planning, decommissioning, discontinuation, and the possibility to have expert retention to review plans if we would ever receive something that would be large. For the most part, the ability to have a large site in the township would be limited because you're looking at property that would have to be zoned industrial or would have to have a conditional use in the business districts and or the estate residential districts, and it would have to be enough acreage for that to happen. And when you do the math and you do the setbacks off of everything, it's not impossible, it's just not going to be easy. And a lot of times those are also going to be in the overlay district as well. And in one case, like where the land would be big enough, it would involve a lot of floodplain, which isn't usable land for that purpose. So we do have all those things listed. And then I had put in there in the report that goes with that resolution a section that we struck out. And the reason why we struck it out is just to point out that we did think of potential avoidance of mitigation and damages to public infrastructure. And when we talked about that with legal counsel, the council had advised that really is something that should be a township ordinance rather than a zoning ordinance resolution type of item. So that's the reason why we left that in there, struck it out. It's something for us to potentially go back and consider as a township resolution. So in a nutshell, that's what we're looking at with those proposals.
Good. Thank you, Mr. McCormick. Ms. Becker, do you have any questions?
No.
Mr. Logue?
No.
Good job. I agree, and I think a lot of work on the solar part, and well done. So good job. And for layman's terms, basically residential, have all the solar panels on your roof, no big deal. We're all in agreements with that. We just don't want to see a bunch of solar farms potentially in the future of Union Township. That's for Adams, Brown, out east, not here. So that's what we're voting on, in a nutshell. So, gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion for Resolution 2023-50, a resolution to adopting the text amendments to the Union Township zoning resolution.
So moved.
Second.
And any further discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
And Mr. McCormick, Resolution 2023-51. Will you take over, sir?
Yes, this resolution is just to affirm the decision to rezone the Glasty, our First Baptist Church of Glasty property that was reviewed last month to planned development. And the only kind of quirky item that was in that resolution was number 6, as far as the conditions of approval was worded that there shall be no major public safety concern raised within a 3-year period beginning at the time of the map amendment is effective pursuant to this resolution. everything else is part of the staff report.
Perfect. Mr. Becker, any questions?
Nope.
Mr. Luke?
No.
Perfect. Chief, I'll just kind of keep an eye out for Glenstone Baptist after it's done. You know, just kind of leave it in your hands. So, and Chief Fife as well. All right, gentlemen, entertain a motion for Resolution 2023-51, a resolution approving a zone map amendment and rezoning of approximately 3.327 acres of property located at or near 1030, 1018, 1028, and 1024 Old State Route 74 to planned development.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Resolution 2023-52, Mr. McCormick, take over, sir.
This resolution is another affirmation of an action last month, and this is for the major amendment to the Jeff Weiler PD, specifically to convert the used car area that is there now to a new Hyundai dealership.
Perfect. Yep, easy done, easy discussion. Any questions for Mr. McCormick? Seeing none, okay. Gentlemen, entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2023-52, resolution approving a major modification of a planned development district for approximately 11.3652 acres of property located at or near 1117 State Route 32.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Last one, Resolution 2023-53, Mr. McCormick.
That one's not me.
Sorry, Mr. Campbell, would you like to explain that one, sir?
So this is a resolution for then and now to make payment for the newsletter, $13,662 to Image First Solutions.
Perfect. Any questions for Ms. Campbell? Gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2023-53, authorizing the Township Fiscal Officer to issue a then and now certificate for payment of expenditures for 13662 to Image First Solutions.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, last resolution, Resolution 2023-54, and Mr. Campbell.
So this is our amended appropriations for the year. Basically, we do this every year, and for all the intra-fund transfers that we made to clean up our actual spending, we know exactly where we spent our money at, and gives the department heads a better idea of where they need to set their budgets. So I do this every year in November, and then we'll do the permanents next month in December.
Perfect. Any questions for Ms. Campbell? All right, gentlemen, entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2023-54, resolution approving an amended 2023 annual appropriations resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, gentlemen, we are on to comments from the board. Mr. Vice Chair, would you like to go ahead?
Hadn't given any thought.
I've done that before.
I don't know, come back around to me. I'll let you know if I think of
Roger
anything.
Mr. Logue, sir.
Well, I was just caught this earlier with the nice letter in from the gentleman's business, Kingdom Productions, but his neighbor there on the business is Two Fish Apparel, Two Fishes. So anyway, I like what you guys have going on there. Just what can we say? Welcome to November, and everyone's looking forward to. Hope everyone had a great Veterans Day and Marine Corps birthday for the Marines out there, and looking forward to Thanksgiving with family and loved ones, and Christmas, and it's just a good time of the season. So if, maybe take advantage of the warm weather before it gets too cold to get those Christmas lights out, and looking forward to it. I know Mr. Taylor is always warding off the cold weather and the snow, but it'll be exciting that there's finally the two new trucks out rolling the streets to help keep them clear. So no, nothing too big and significant, gentlemen. But nice to be sitting up here with you and get to serve by your side in January. So yeah.
Let me apologize for my voice tonight. Not sick. I coached my daughter's soccer team, and we won the league, and so we went on to the state tournament. And it was a close game on Sunday, but we lost my voice from the sideline. So that's what that is. That, and then I was screaming at the TV since that thing was lost. Let's not talk about that. Anyways, congratulations, Mr. Logue. Heck of a win. Nice job. And nice win. It's an honor to work with you, Lord willing, for the next 4 years, unless something else comes up. But congratulations, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
Really neat. The St. Veronica Girl Scouts came out, and I mean, the whole team. Appreciate all of you, Mr. Taylor, Mr. Campbell, both of our chiefs over here. We got to hang out with them, talk with them, and they asked some really interesting, fun questions. I'm used to getting like serious questions from adults, and then they got to ask a lot of fun ones, and it was neat. Got to show them all around our township building, so that was really neat. And Chief Fife, I meant to ask this before in your fire report, because the discussion of our ARPA funds keeps coming up and what to do with them. And it was brought to my attention, radios, and our radios are going to be outdated in like 2 years or so. Is that correct?
We have several radios that will be obsolete in 2025.
25, and then, but from my understanding, to tell me what, and again, I'm kind of ignorant on this, so you have to polish me up what I'm about to say. So our communications dispatch will not be, they have to be, all of the radios that every single one of our firefighter EMS guys has to be completely brand new by 2025, is that correct?
Not every one. There are several that can be what we call flashed, essentially upgraded. And those will, as a matter of fact, we're in the process of doing that now. So that accounts for several of them.
Okay.
I can't speak for all that the police and what's actually in the comm center, but as far as all the fire radios go, we have several that will need replaced, but many of them will just need to be flashed.
We do me a solid, and at our next trustee business meeting in December, can you come back with us with a ballpark number of how many need to be replaced? Because the time is ticking on those ARPA funds and the use of them. But from my understanding, it's not cheap. So,
That is correct.
So if you wouldn't mind doing that for our next business meeting, let us know. And Chief Reese, do you fall into the same thing as well, or no? Oh, you do? I didn't know that. Okay.
We will need to replace radios. We have a mix of XTS and APX radios. The XTS radios are outliving their use.
Okay.
Mobicom won't warranty them anymore. They don't make parts for them. So as long as they're working, like Chief said, we can flash them. When they stop working or they need repairs,
Okay.
so we need to start flipping everything over to these APX radios.
If I could summarize, we have radios that are in service, that are repairable, are good to go. We also have radios that we will be able to flash, we'll be able to maintain those in service, but as they break, they break.
Got it.
And then we have those that are just done.
And am I right or wrong, they all have to be replaced by 25? Is that correct or no? Unless the flashing works?
Correct.
Okay,
Unless
okay.
they're flashable. That's
So
correct.
would both of you, on your next report next month, just give us a ballpark of what you think we need for that? And if the radio can't be flashed, because I think each radio is pretty expensive, isn't it? Well, I mean,
$5,000.
In the range of
5,000 apiece.
5,000 to 7,000.
When we're talking quite a few, okay, fair enough. So appreciate that. Yeah, I'll finish as well. Happy Veterans Day. We love our veterans, Clermont County. We don't hide that. We love our veterans, love our police and fire. And have an awesome, beautiful, blessed Thanksgiving. And make sure to spend time with family. Actually, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. It's Christmas without all the hoopla, so you don't have to worry about gifts and stuff. So, and football.
Mr. Chairman?
Please.
If I may add
Please.
2 little quick comments. Hey, Mr. McCormick, I'd like for you to take a look at, as you've been doing zoning resolution and text updates, pool covers and where we're at on the auto shut covers with the locking pins, because a lot of communities that allow that, you don't have fencing around them, and so I think it's a nice thing to be able to have, at least to look at for our community. And then, Mr. Chairman, as you were talking about just the election, it does stand out anyways for the 2 significant issues that were on the ballot, passing in Union Township, 52% of that for issue 1 and 59% for issue 2. But anyway, statewide.
Was that 59 in Clermont or?
59% in Union Township.
Oh, shoot, okay.
So,
All right.
which actually, our community surveys that we did earlier in the year, as everyone recalls, frankly, that kind of came in with the sentiment of the community survey, so not a surprise. However, with our temporary moratoriums that we'd had in place on basically the medical marijuana dispensaries, we were waiting to see. Obviously, we don't know an answer now, but
So-
issue 2 did pass, so therefore, it's going to be something for the legal team, law director, to take a look at.
I think I already know where Mr. Becker's at regardless, but something to think about for future. I actually did have a pretty prominent business owner approach me, and they want to put another dispensary here in Union Township. I don't know. 60% just voted yes for medical marijuana, or for recreational marijuana.
It's legislative
So,
text, right?
I
Legislative
don't know
agenda.
what to do.
So.
You're gonna make, if we vote to pass it, I'm gonna make so many people mad. If I vote to put another one in here, I'm gonna make so many people happy. I don't.
We'll have to see how it goes through the General Assembly, but I believe it's going to be out of our hands, frankly.
So, well, I think we could
But
put
we'll
a
let our law
moratorium.
directors weigh in.
Can we put a moratorium in place and I don't know. Something to think about.
The prohibition.
Not on the recreational.
Yeah, the prohibition was for medical marijuana dispensaries that was available in 2016. You could have prohibited. But this is, it's just kind of going through the meat grinder still, as far as the fact that issue 2 for recreational marijuana has passed in the state. It's legislative text. The General Assembly is going to work on it. They can work to improve some of the text, some of the requirements, some of the restrictions, school zones, you name it. I don't know what's going to come out of the wash. We're not going to have the answer probably for a little bit of time.
Months.
But it's
Sometime
coming
next year.
eventually.
So our moratorium ends in February, correct? Am I right on that? Memory serves me right?
Something like that.
We may have to still continue to extend that until,
I made a
just-
promise I'd make a vote on February for that. We might, okay. Well, something to think about. We got, like, they want to put one in like tomorrow. And I was like, whoa, pump the brakes. We don't, I don't know. Something else to think about, because we have to schedule it soon, and I'm going to give you my personal opinion, is the feedback that we got from the movie night out as well as our concerts. I think, and this is probably better for a working session discussion, so maybe we'll do that in our next working session. I think we need to think of better ways, and Lisa, Miss Eric could probably help more of promoting our movie nights. But something to think about, do we continue to do them or not? But also, I think we cut back on too many concerts. And, because we went from a ton to like half, I think, if my number's probably right. I bet you Miss Bowl probably knows better than I do. But I think I'd like to maybe go back to Friday night movie night, Saturday night concert night, have them both, if we can afford it, if it makes sense. So, and also promote it better, if that makes sense. So,
well, that's why I'm so excited about having Lisa R. on the team,
Yeah.
because I know Mr. Becker's always been thrilled with the sandwich boards, as any of us have been with the sandwich boards, right? I mean, as far as promotional goes, we can get, and no offense, Mr. Taylor, I know that it's definitely hard work for the service department to get those out there, but it's one of those things where it's like we can get more communication out to the community, and so I think that's exciting. I'm right on the same page with you.
Yeah, so,
Chairman.
something to think about, just for next working session for topic discussion is,
Yeah.
movies, movie nights, do we continue doing them or do we
Spring and
cut them? I personally like them, it's good, but,
I think the pickleball tournaments would be a big hit.
Oh, that's
The fishing tournament was a pretty big hit. And you're probably right, a little bit more of a mixture of the concert nights, because movie is just tough because it doesn't get dark until late.
I know.
So, that's a little bit of the issue there. So,
Good point.
I think that's a great point. Thank you.
Okay, anything else please.
Yeah, I do have a couple of comments. First, I do want to congratulate Trustee Logue on his reelection. That's
Thank you.
awesome. Also, I want to compliment the engineer's office, because they were the ones who did Old 74 at Rumpke. I think they did a fantastic job. I really like what I see there. And our own services department, because Rumpke Road is a township road, Old State Road 74 is a county road. So our services department also striped, yellow striped and white edge line striped Rumpke Road. And that's much safer now. And of course, they paved a large section of it too, going back to Jackson. Or how far back did it get paved? I haven't been back there.
I don't think it's tall trees. Yeah, it was all.
Oh, it's all the way, the Rumpke Road repavement, all the way to the back. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
So it goes past like Dick Martin's house, that whole section?
Oh, yeah.
Freshly paved, everything, all the way down.
All the way back to the cul-de-sacs, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, I haven't been back there. That's what I started with, and I shifted gears to Rumpke. So no, hey, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Residents are pleased, and thank you, Mr. Taylor, and same to the engineer's office. That concludes my remarks, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Taylor, is that correct? I know this is ODOT, but Glen Estee Withersville shutting down at the end of this month?
Trustee Becker just asked me that before the meeting, and I'll confirm that tomorrow, but the
I saw that.
original thought from ODOT was, at least when the gentleman was here, is they were gonna wait to close down the Glen Estee Withensville northbound side until Old 74 was open and the east, I guess, the exit ramp and on-ramp were at Buxton. That was
Yeah,
the original.
I saw on the sign, it's end of this month, like November 30th, I
Yeah.
think. I think everyone knows my displeasure with that. I don't hide it very well, so, because they're not starting construction until the first or second quarter of next year, correct?
Yeah, the overpass, yes.
I don't know. I'm sure the engineer geniuses know what they're doing. I still don't understand, and I don't wrap my head around it, but it is what it is. So, yeah, okay, it is what it is. Okay. Any other comments, sir? Good? Okay, great. Gentlemen, I entertain a motion to enter executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22, G as in golf, 121.22 G as in golf 2, 121.22 G as in golf 3, and G as in golf 4, to discuss employment of a public employee, to consider the sale or other disposition of unneeded property in accordance with Section 505.10 of the revised code, if premature disclosure of information would give an unfair competitive or bargaining advantage to a person whose personnel private interest is adverse to the general public interest, to discuss pending or threatened litigation in a conference with our attorney about an imminent or pending litigation, preparing for or conducting or reviewing negotiations, bargaining sessions with public employees concerning their compensation or other terms and conditions of their employment.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any further discussion? Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
We're into executive session at 7:23 PM.
Great, thank you, guys. Appreciate you all coming out very much, thank you. All right, gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion to exit executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
We're adjourned at 9:07 PM with no action taken.
All right, and, gentlemen, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn our meeting tonight.
So moved.
Second.
No discussion, Mr. Campbell, roll call.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Logue?
Yes.
Mr. Dills?
Yes.
We're adjourned at 9:08 PM.
Thank you, gentlemen.